chapter, verses 9 through 11. And this is what it reads in verses 9 through 11. Believers who are poor have something to boast about, for God has honored them. And those who are rich should boast that God has humbled them. They will fade away like a little flower in the field. The hot sun rises and the grass withers. The little flower droops and falls, and its beauty fades away. In the same way, the rich will fade away with all of their achievements. Honor for the poor, humility for the rich. What do we mean by that? Honor for the poor, humility for the rich. What in the world does he mean? Believers who are poor have something to boast about. God has honored them. If we look through the life of Jesus and all of the counsel of God, in fact, we see that God elevates persons who are nobodies. One songwriter and a gospel singer sung a song some year ago. God uses ordinary people, and that is exactly right. And so in that sense, that while, ordinary people may not have fame, and they may not have fortune, and they may not have money, God has made them just as prominent, just as profound as anyone else who has worldly treasures. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that because a person is rich, that all of a sudden they are bound for the lake of fire. But it does mean that it's the equalizer. God Almighty is the equalizer. When they do really have a relationship with him, it helps them to get their feet grounded, recognizing that all that they have, as Jesus would say, what does it profit a man to gain the world but to lose his soul? So when a person really comes into a relationship with the Lord, and they have sound resources and solid resources, then it means that when they really meet him intimately, it helps them to get good balance in life. They have a foundation, and they realize that without him, nothing that they have means anything. For after all, as James alludes to, it will all fade away. And as one great songwriter said, hymn writer, only what we do for Christ will last. Now, by the way, this doesn't mean that simply because you're poor that you got an automatic ticket into glory. And it doesn't mean that if you're rich, that you have an automatic ticket, as I said earlier, into everlasting torment. But what it does mean is just as what we have shared, is that poor are looking for something of this nature. That's the reason. That's the same reason why they're so often, not all, but often so gullible to schemes and shticks, scams that are by false preachers and teachers. Honor for the poor, humility